Have you ever dreamed of waking up, stepping onto your balcony, and plucking a sun-ripened lemon straight from the branch for your morning tea? Or perhaps you fantasize about harvesting your own honey-sweet figs, but you live in a standard high-rise apartment in the middle of a concrete jungle? Most people are convinced that gardening is only for those with acres of land, heavy machinery, and an endless supply of free time. I am here to shatter that stereotype right now. Today, we are talking about the vertical paradise. We are going to prove that your tiny balcony, your terrace, or even a simple sunny windowsill can become a fully functional, fruit-bearing orchard. In this video, I am not just going to list plants. I am going to show you 15 fruit trees that are genetically engineered to thrive in containers. We are going on a journey from the classics everyone knows to exotic species that will make your guests' jaws drop. You will learn how to turn a boring concrete box into a tropical oasis. Stick around until the end, because the last 3 trees on my list are absolute masterpieces of plant breeding that you likely never even knew existed. Why are our windowsills still covered in nothing but cacti and geraniums? The primary reason is fear. Specifically, the fear that a tree in a pot will just turn into a sad, sickly shrub and never actually produce fruit. Beginners are intimidated by everything, from choosing the right variety to the size of the tub. You might be thinking, what if the roots suffocate? Or, what if there is not enough sun? Or, can a peach really grow in an apartment? Reality is this. The problem is not your space. The problem is the approach. Trees in pots are not the giants you see in local parks. They are the result of centuries of work by master breeders. We are living in the era of dwarf rootstocks. These are trees whose root systems and vertical growth are intentionally limited, yet their productivity remains just as high as their full-sized cousins. Everything changes the moment you stop looking at a tree as a prisoner of a pot and start seeing the container as a perfect tool for climate control. Before we dive into the list, let's break down the foundation. Why is container gardening actually superior to growing in open soil in many cases? First, there is mobility. Your tree is not tied down. Is a frost coming? You move it inside. Is there a hailstorm starting? You pull it under a roof. Second, you have total control over the soil. In a traditional garden, you're stuck fighting the soil composition nature gave you. In a pot, you are the architect. You mix the perfect substrate, control the acidity, and manage the moisture levels with 100% precision. However, there are 3 golden rules you cannot break. Rule number 1, drainage. Roots must never sit in a swamp. A layer of expanded clay at the bottom and drainage holes are the absolute law. Rule number 2, light. Fruit trees are children of the sun. They need at least 6, ideally 8 hours of direct light. If your windows face north, invest in high-quality grow lights. It will be the best investment you ever make for your harvest. Rule number 3, scaling. The pot must grow with the tree. Never put a tiny sapling into a massive 15-gallon drum immediately, because the soil will turn sour. Start small and repot every 2 years. Let's start the countdown. Opening our list is the undisputed champion, the Meyer lemon. This tree was literally born for home life. It is compact, has incredibly fragrant blossoms, and produces thin-skinned, slightly sweet fruit. It is very forgiving for beginners and fruits almost year-round. Number 14, the lime. If you love mojitos or Asian cuisine, this is your tree. Limes are even more resilient than lemons and handle the dry air of modern apartments surprisingly well. Number 13, the kumquat, often called the golden orange. This is the most decorative tree on our list. The tiny orange fruits are eaten whole, skin and all. It looks like a living piece of jewelry in your living room. Then we have the fig. Many people find this hard to believe, but figs actually enjoy being root-bound. The less space their roots have, the more energy they put into fruit. They grow fast and can give you 2 harvests a year, even on a balcony. Closing out the first 5 is the dwarf pomegranate. This is the ultimate choice for small spaces. Its flowers are brilliant scarlet, and the fruits, while smaller than store-bought ones, are 100% real and packed with antioxidants. Ready for a bit more of a challenge? Here, we need to talk about dormancy and pollination. Dwarf apples and pears come in at numbers 10 and 9. Look specifically for columnar varieties. These look like tall sticks with almost no side branches, where the fruit grows directly on the main trunk. Imagine a tree 5 feet tall, covered in full-sized apples. It is a sight to behold. Numbers 8 and 7, peaches and nectarines. Yes, they can thrive in tubs. The key is to look for varieties labeled as dwarf or patio. They bloom in spring like incredible pink clouds. The biggest mistake here is overwatering while the fruit is ripening. Too much water will make your peaches bland and watery. Number 6, the compact cherry. This one requires a cool winter rest. If you have a screened-in balcony where the temperature stays around 40 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit in the winter, your cherry tree will reward you with juicy berries by June. We have reached the exciting part. These are the trees that make people ask, wait, is that actually real? Number 5, avocado. Many have tried growing these from a pit, only to end up with a long, spindly stick that never fruits. The secret is to buy grafted dwarf varieties, like the Wurts. They stay small and actually produce fruit within a couple of years. Number 4, the olive tree. A symbol of peace and longevity. Olives love pots, handle drought with ease, and look incredibly stylish in modern interior designs. Number 3, the banana tree. Look for varieties like Super Dwarf Cavendish. They stay under 4 feet tall, but still produce massive tropical leaves and bunches of sweet mini bananas. It is a total tropical vibe for your home. The mango. Dwarf mangoes, like the Irwin or King Thai, make it possible to harvest tropical fruit, even in northern climates. You just need plenty of light and a bit of humidity. And finally, number 1, the Arabica coffee tree. This is the dream. It has glossy, dark green leaves, blossoms with a scent of jasmine, and produces bright red berries. Inside each one are 2 coffee beans. Imagine harvesting your own coffee for breakfast. This is the pinnacle of home gardening. To keep your orchard from becoming a plant graveyard, let's review the essentials. First, watering. Never water on a schedule. Check the soil with your finger. If it is dry 2 inches down, water it. If it is wet, leave it alone. Second, feeding. Pots have a limited supply of nutrients. Use organic or mineral fertilizers, specifically for fruit trees, every 2 weeks during the growing season. Third, pruning. Do not be afraid of your shears. Pruning stimulates branching and the creation of fruit buds. If you don't trim your tree, it will waste all its energy growing upward instead of making fruit. And the biggest amateur mistake, buying a mystery sapling. Always look for a specific named dwarf variety. A random apple tree from a seed is just an experiment, not a path to a harvest. Potted gardening is more than just a hobby. It is a way to reconnect with nature, even if you live on the 20th floor. A small space is not a limitation, it is just a different format. Pick one tree from this list, just one. Buy a beautiful pot, some high-quality soil, and start. You will be amazed at how much the atmosphere in your home changes when you have a living, breathing, fruit-bearing tree in the room. If you enjoyed this guide, subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below. Which tree are you going to start with? Lemon, mango, or maybe coffee? I really want to hear your choices. Do not be afraid to try. Your orchard starts with the very first pot. I will see you in the next one.